Hello, boys and girls. Hello, soon to be good coders and web designers. As promised, I'm going to start teaching you guys how to code. The first few lessons will be about HTML and CSS, which are the languages used for web design. Open a random web page and you'll see primarily HTML combined with a few other languages. But first, the basics. Let me open a notepad here. Alright, so the essentials of HTML. HTML stands for, let's see, it stands for, wait, I need to, there we go. It stands for hypertext, hypertext markup language. And it's basically the language of the internet. Almost every, like I already said, almost every website is written primarily in HTML and then styled using CSS. In order for these lessons, you won't really need special software, but it's always handy. You have these special programs which are called IDEs, which stand for integrated. Let's see. Integrated development what did E stands for again? Oh man, I forgot. But in a sense, an IDE is a tool which can read code, recognizes certain syntaxes. A syntax, just so you guys know, is a means of communication. Means of communication in coding. Communication in coding. Basically, when you get an error that says wrong syntax, oh my god, my typing is awful today. Syntax, it will mean you made probably a typo. Most of the time it is a typo or wrong spacing. So typo, wrong spacing is mostly the common causes of a wrong syntax error. But for a short example of a really simple IDE, which is basic, and I'm going to try using for this for these lessons. Of course, you're not forced to do everything. Everything I'm going to do in the program, which is Notepad++, is you could do that in regular Notepad as well. The only thing special about Notepad++ is it has more functions in terms of recognizing code and helping you to fix typos that cause bugs and give syntax errors easily. Alright, so I'm going to close this file. Wait, no. I'm going to open a new file. So we're going to create a new file in this one. But when you're working with Notepad++, always remember, let me put it to full screen. Always remember to first save your file as. And right now we are creating an HTML file. I have this in my documents. Let's see, documents, coding. There we go. HTML, CSS. I'm gonna delete this one because I don't need it. All right, so we're gonna name it lesson 1. Lesson 1, the basics. There we go. and we'll save it as an HTML file, which stands for Hypertext Markup Language. And later on in the course, we're going to use the Cascade Style Sheets or CSS in order to apply some style, which are fonts and colors and stuff like that. So we're going to save that. Once that is saved, the program will start recognizing your HTML code. So, now that we have our own HTML document, what are we going to do? First, it's really important to know that there are a few parts in the HTML document that are very important, otherwise it will not work. Or it will look really awful. Maybe it'll work. I really haven't tested it out yet. I have a little website here. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I forgot to tell you about. I learned to code with this website, which is codeacademy.com. It's basically an interactive coding environment. It'll help you correct your fails. It'll give you an idea, and if you're stuck, it'll give you it'll give you hints like so. Almost everything we're going to do in these lessons comes from Codecademy. I just wanted to put them in a little video format in a more manual perspective, because most of the time I had the case where I knew the code, but I didn't know how to write it actually on my computer, and then later on get it into a file and then send it to the internet in order to host a website. So that's the main purpose why I don't directly use Codecademy.com. But if you really want an interactive sort of thing, if you really want, you can follow perfectly with this. If you are more comfortable with this, you can do that perfectly. Alright, so like it says here, you can read it here. I'm just gonna not read it all off for you guys, but basically the most important elements of an HTML is your doc type, which tells your browser what kind of file you're creating. To open that, to start that, you start with one little other arrow. I don't know how it's called in English. That's gonna be a little problem for me sometimes. Certain symbols, I don't know how they're called in English. I only know them in Dutch. I wanted to try and do this lesson in English as much as possible, but yeah, we'll see. And sometimes I don't even know the name in Dutch yet. We know how it looks, I know what it does, and that's all for me. So we're gonna start by typing, open the tag. I'm gonna call it a tag because it's easier for me. Alright, so you open the tag, you type in an exclamation mark. Here. You know what? I'm gonna change my keyboard layout because it's fucked up. Okay, so open exclamation point, then doc type, and then we'll go to. I'm just gonna put this here so it's easier for me to follow a little bit. All right, so doc type HTML. That's where it needs to be, and then close it, and then you have your next tag, which will be your HTML tags. So HTML. There we go. Close it. Now what you see here is the end of your document. It says /HTML. The tag with a slash in front of it means the tag is closed. And in this case, /HTML means the document ends, and so it's the end of the website. It's the end of the code. It's a dead end. So what we're going to do now is we're going to type some text. And in order for text, we're going to start with just a normal paragraph. Paragraph appears as normal text. Yeah, normal text. Okay. So to open a paragraph, you open the tag. The syntax for paragraph is P. You close it. Then you type in. The paragraph for this example will be called, "Hey, Sneaky Wheels. Sneaky Wheels is learning us how to code on YouTube." YouTube. There we go. Now, once that is done, open it again, type slash to end the tag, and then press enter. New line. So that's what we did. Now, in order to yeah, there are different kind of tags. Codecademy also has a little glossary which you can check out. I'm gonna show it to you. If you go to the bottom of your exercise, which is here, you can go to the glossary, and you can find all different HTML stuff sorted on alphabet. And this is a short example of how an HTML should actually look. Oh man, I forgot about one of the most important parts. Oh man, it's just because I'm forgetting stuff because I'm so nervous. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna open a head tag. Oh man, I'm sorry, I messed up so hard. So head, there we go. We'll enter, and then we'll go with a title. A title is basically what you see here. This is the title of this HTML file, HTML glossary, and then this little thing, Codecademy. That's the title. So we're gonna open a title tag, and we're gonna call it Sneaky Wheels. No, we're just gonna call it HTML lesson 1. And then we're gonna end the title tag. So slash title. Alright, enter. Now, after the title, we close the head tag because there shouldn't be anything else in the head. Close it down. Alright. So, man, I'm forgetting so much. Alright, so after you have your title, which is the little top bar. Oh man, I spilled my drink. Little top bar on your browser. You will start creating a body, which is the actual formatting and the actual text of a website. So you're gonna open a body tag. Body. There we go. Not BD. Body. Alright. So after the body tag, once you open it, you start creating your actual text. So we're gonna test something. We already opened the we already did a paragraph. Now we're just gonna type something regular. We're gonna call it normal typing. Normal typing without tags. There we go. Let's see what that goes. Because it's a long time since I've been actually writing HTML. So, I don't really remember what that did. Alright, so before a paragraph, so let's go here. Put our cursor here. Press enter, so we have a line before that, which is line 8 in my case, if you copied everything I did. And then on line 8, we're going to Before there was a paragraph. Yes, sorry, I messed up my whole arrangement. But before a paragraph, you usually have a header, and a header comes in different sizes. The smaller the number, a header goes from header 1 to header 3. And the smaller the number, the more important the header. So the bigger the text, in essence. So we're going to start by adding an H1 tag, closing it. Or no, adding an H1 tag, not closing it yet. This header is very important. Very important. And we're going to close it. /H1. There we go. Now we're going to add a second. We're just going to try it with all the formats, and then you'll see what I mean. So H2. There you go. This header. Oh my god. What the hell did I do? Did I go full screen or something? Oh. I think I pressed the wrong button. Oh my god, this is such a fail. I'm gonna try and... Damn it, what the hell? You know what, I'm gonna select all of this. Make sure it's all selected. I'm gonna copy it. And I'm gonna delete it. And I'm just gonna close this window. Man, this is a failure. Jesus. Alright, so back to Notepad++. Sorry guys. It already opened the file where we stopped, so that's a good feature of Notepad. It automatically continues where you left off, so that's great when you're writing tons of code. A decent website, HTML alone is like tons of lines. Right now we have written 10 lines. I have seen a website, or I've wrote one website for my portfolio, which was around 100 lines in the 120s. And then I started to add the web apps with Python and JavaScript. So yeah, lots of typing, guys. So make sure to warm up your fingers every time before you start coding tons of stuff. But back to the main part of the video. Sorry, this is real boring. This is a little experiment. I would like to try if I can do this, but so doc type HTML. Is there a spacing between those? Because there shouldn't. Okay, there's not. All right. Close it. So HTML lesson 1 is our title. And in the body we have normal typing without text. This header is very important, and this header is less important. So less important. Important. There we go. This header is less important, and we're gonna close it. H2. Oh, this should be H2, not H3. H3 is next, and then we're gonna add an H3 tag. And this header sucks. There we go. Short and sweet. Slash H3. Alright. So, and then is the paragraph. Hey Sneakyos is learning how to code on. It's learning us how to code on YouTube. And if you want to have like a list, there are two different kinds. There are ordered lists and there are unordered lists. Excuse me, eating my potato chips. We're gonna start with some spacing just to keep it clear. And we're gonna make an unordered list. And the syntax for that is open tag UL. There we go. UL, and we're gonna call it, the title of the list will be unordered list. Just list. Okay. Open it /UL or /UL and close it. Then, in order to add an item to the list, because this is the title of the list. This is the title. This is how the list is called. Now, in order to add items to the list, you open a tag, and syntax for it is li. So you enter it, and we go item 1, and we go close that down. Same for item 2. Item 2. There we go. / and item 3. /li. And now we're going to save our file. I pressed Ctrl S and the button is grayed out, so that means I saved my file. Now I'm going to close Notepad++ for a moment. Navigate to our file. Documents, coding, HTML, CSS, lesson 1, the basics. Alright, see? Normal typing without tags apparently just appears as standard text. Okay, good to know. So this was normal typing without text. This is the H1 header, so it's very important. This is the H2 header, which is less important. And this is the H3 header, which this header sucks. Then we have the first paragraph, which is, hey, Sneaky is learning how to code on YouTube. We added a list called unordered list. That's the title of the list right here. And then we have our li tags, which are item 1, item 2, and item 3. And I think this already was a decent amount to take in. And I'm gonna need some time in order to figure out, because basically this episode was done with almost, I'm sorry to say, but almost no preparation. I should have preparated a little bit more. I should have prepped. I should have added a structure. Like, I'm not used to teaching stuff. It was just a little experiment. I hope you guys liked it, and if you did, subscribe to my channel. Leave some feedback over in the comments, and yeah, I'll see you for the next episode, which will be let's see, what are we going to cover in the next episode? Well, actually, I don't know yet. It'll be more HTML, and I guarantee you, by the end of the course, you can completely write from scratch a website with some images, links, maybe some nifty navigation bars and stuff like that when we go to CSS later. Yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next episode.